Hello there, my name is Richard McMunn from the interview training company passmyinterview.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to pass a KPMG interview. So if you have an interview coming up with KPMG for any role whatsoever, please do make sure you stick around and watch the training from beginning to end, because I promise to help you pass your interview and make you the standout candidate. Now, to achieve that, this is what I'm going to cover during the tutorial. I will give you sample KPMG interview questions for all roles. I will give you example answers to help you succeed at your KPMG interview. I will tell you the qualities that you will need to demonstrate throughout your KPMG interview, and then I will also let you know about additional downloads and resources you can access to help you pass your KPMG interview. So there are 4 strong reasons why you should stick around and watch this tutorial from beginning to end. Now, before I get into those interview questions and answers, a very warm welcome to this KPMG interview training presentation. My name is Richard McMunn, that's me there in the centre. I've been helping people to pass their interviews for over 20 years now, and I always do that by giving you top scoring answers you can't find anywhere else. Please do make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the red button below the video, and I would also make sure that you give the video a like, because that then tells me that you enjoy the content and I will spend more time creating it for you. Thank you very much. Please do also connect with me on LinkedIn. So if you have a look in the description below the video, my LinkedIn link is in there, and it's always good to connect with like-minded professionals. So let's get into those KPMG interview questions and top scoring answers. The first interview question we need to prepare for is, tell me about yourself. This is pretty much guaranteed to be the first question at your KPMG interview. My tip for answering this is, in your response to this first interview question, refer to the KPMG behavioural capabilities and the relevant experience you have that will enable you to perform highly in the role. Here is my suggested answer. I am highly motivated, professional, I possess exceptional attention to detail skills, and I am determined to only work for the best organisations within the industry. I enjoy collaborating with other people, both internally and externally, and I have the experience necessary to provide outstanding service to all clients on a consistent basis. I genuinely want my employer to succeed, and I know the only way that will happen is if I utilise professionalism in all of my work, I grab all business opportunities that come my way, and I also always insist on the highest standards achievable in all of my work and that of my colleagues. I feel strongly that if you hire me in this position with KPMG, I'll be able to make an immediate positive impact to the team and the organisation as a whole. So that is a confident, positive answer that helps get you off on the right footing for the remainder of your interview. So the next KPMG interview question we want to prepare for is, so why do you want to work for KPMG? Again, I can pretty much guarantee this will come up probably early on in your interview. So we need to give a genuine, solid answer that demonstrates passionate reasons why you want to work for this fantastic organisation. In my opinion, KPMG is one of the best organisations in the world. So we shouldn't have too much difficulty in coming up with a really great, valid, genuine reason why we want to work for them. So here is my suggested answer. The reasons I want to work for KPMG are literally endless. However, the key attraction for me is the fact you have been supporting businesses for now over 150 years, and any business that can grow and thrive for that length of time is remarkable. You clearly support your employees to be the best they can be, and I only want to work for an organisation that has the most talented people within it. I want to grow my career with KPMG, and the fact that so many people within KPMG volunteer to work in communities each year says a lot about your credibility, your high standards, your values and your ethics. Finally, diversity of talent is clearly a crucial part of your success, and I like the fact there will be so many other people to learn from within the company. Although I believe I am highly competent in my work, I'm always open to learning and developing, and I feel KPMG will be an amazing organisation to work for. That's a great answer to that question, why do you want to work for KPMG? Now, I still have a number of questions to run through. However, if you want to download my full set of 30 Big Four accounting firm interview questions and top scoring answers, if you click the link in the top right hand corner of the video, it takes you through to my website, passmyinterview.com. All of the answers to the questions on there are to the same standard as what I'm covering right now during this tutorial. So the next KPMG interview question we need to prepare for is: describe a situation where you were given performance feedback from your manager. So describe a situation where you were given performance feedback from your manager. So this KPMG interview question is assessing two things basically: whether or not you have received feedback, and secondly, how you respond to that feedback. So we don't want to be responding to this interview question by saying, I've never had feedback from a manager. We need to have had feedback and responded to it positively. Here's my answer. In a previous role, I received biannual appraisal feedback from my immediate supervisor. I always viewed these sessions as an opportunity to see how I was developing from an organisational perspective and also how I could continue to improve within my role. During my last appraisal, my manager identified a specific training need. Whilst dealing with clients, I was not seizing the opportunity to offer the organisations additional services and products, and as such, I was not contributing to the financial success of the business. Now, upon her advice, I attended an in-depth sales technique training course over a 2-week period. This proved to be an excellent course, as I was then able to implement my techniques with clients moving forward and therefore help the company to grow financially. So that situation shows that you are intelligent and smart enough to take on board feedback, use it to your advantage, and then help the organisation to grow and develop. And that's the important thing when responding to that question. The next KPMG interview question I want you to prepare for is: describe a time when you had to make a difficult decision. So my advice is to give a work-specific situation whereby you had to make a tough and challenging decision. And this KPMG interview question assesses your ability to make tough decisions when needed in the best interests of your employer. Let's look at a great answer to this interview question. I was responsible for the business needs of a client whilst working in a previous role, and I experienced some issues with them on a regular basis. The client was continually putting pressure on me to cut corners with a view to saving them money. I was always resilient whilst dealing with them, and I continually refused to cut any corners despite their constant requests. I personally work to high standards, and whilst I will always bend over backwards to help a client by delivering excellent service, I will not break the rules. Things came to a head one day when they asked me to do something that was unethical, and so I decided to let them go and politely declined any of their business moving forward. Although this cost our company from a financial perspective, I felt it was important to maintain our standards and stick to our operating principles and values. So that's a really good example where I've made a really difficult decision at work because it's cost the company financially. However, I believe it's really important to stick to the company's values and the principles and also follow rules and regulations. The next question of our KPMG interview preparation is: give an example of a time you had to work with a difficult person. So how we work with others will effectively determine how successful the team is. Whilst we will normally be able to get on with everybody in a team, there will be times when we clash or disagree with someone. So let's show the interviewer we are professional by always putting the needs of the team and the organisation first in our answer. Here we go. To be honest, I get on with 99% of people. Having said that, I do understand you can't always get on with everyone, but you must always try to. When I first started in a previous role, one of the more senior members of the team clearly took a dislike to me for some reason. Although I tried speaking to him and asking him for advice, he wasn't interested. After a few days of being in the role, I decided to ask him politely in private whether I was doing anything to offend him. Now, simply by having that conversation with him changed everything. Moving forward, he was extremely helpful, and we actually became good friends both inside and outside of work. In this type of situation, I would always put the organisation first, try my hardest to get on with someone, as I know this can only be beneficial to the organisation as a whole. So that shows that you are mature, you accept that sometimes you can't get on with everybody, but you will try, and you'll be professional, and you'll put the organisation first. So the next step to take is to click that link in the top right hand corner of this video. It will take you through to my website passmyinterview.com, and you can see my full list of recommended 30 Big Four accounting firm interview questions, and you also have the option to download the answers. I strongly recommend you do because they will be great for your preparation for the KPMG interview regardless of the role. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments section below the video and I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much for watching and supporting the channel, and I wish you all the best for passing your KPMG interview. Have a brilliant day.